to this computer. So this is orientation for CTIS-17. We're talking about networking, we're talking about Windows administration, the whole 9 yards. So I will be your guide through this 8-week course here. My name is Aladame. A little bit about myself here. I have been teaching for Merced now, going on, I'm not wearing my glasses, so that's bonus. 3 years as of last September, so about 3.5 years now. I normally teach CTIS 12 in the fall, CTIS 17 in the spring, forensics also in the spring, and sometimes 17 also gets roped in the fall. So I usually deal with all Windows stuff, server stuff. I've been working on technology since I was a kid. I have a bachelor's in information technology, a master's in cybersecurity. CompTIA stuff, I haven't got anything past networking just because it's CompTIA stuff. You get it once and it's about it and you're fine. I haven't looked at getting my CRISP one, but I'm just busy, unfortunately. I don't just teach here at Merced. I also teach at Golden West College over here in Orange County. I live in Orange County, so I'm not exactly next door. But should you guys need anything, you have any questions on any of the stuff in here, PM me on Canvas, email me, and it always goes to my phone. I see it normally, and I tend to reply pretty quickly. So, with that being said, does anybody have any questions so far for me before I dive into the whole syllabus over here? Anybody? Have any of you ever taken an asynchronous course before by any chance? No? Once, twice, so okay. Well, asynchronous pretty much means that it's a weekly schedule and it's all pre-recorded lectures, it's assignments, all pre-recorded labs, it's all done already ahead of time on my end. You guys obviously have to follow along, and I walk you through everything you need to do normally. So traditionally, I usually start classes on a Sunday. That's when I post things, and it's due the following Sunday. But since classes started Monday today, they'll be due next Monday. Does that make sense? The items will be available at air quotes until Tuesday to turn in late. And look, I get it. Life does tend to happen. You're busy. No, you're not the only class, or rather, I'm not the only class you're taking. So I understand if you're a day or two late, just let me know. I'm pretty flexible. So this is everything, all the fun stuff here in the syllabus. I can kind of breeze through it here. Title of the course is there. We know it's a CTIS-17, System and Network Admin. Course descriptions here. Yeah, you're going to get into Linux. Have any of you ever worked with virtual machines before by any chance?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, there's something to check. Check. Some of you have. Okay, that's good. A few of you have had me before. You guys will be fine. You guys know what you're getting into. All my instructor information's there. There's my email, like I said, my office hour link. The thing about office hours is, even if it says, email me or let me know 24 hours beforehand, I'm normally there regardless. So yes, from 7:30 in the morning to 9:30 in the morning, Zoom is there. You guys drop in if you need anything. But do keep in mind, I am here at work at that time. So if I'm not there and my camera's on, wait like 5 minutes. And I usually pop back in because I'm running around. I have servers to look at, people to talk to, things to fix, things catch on fire. That's usually how my typical day goes. So there's never a dull moment. You name it, I've dealt with a gambit of help desk issues, server-side issues, uh, AC machines exploding under our cooling area, causing a giant cloud of smoke kind of issues. Like, I'm not kidding. I run through the gamut of these things. So, you got questions like, what's it like working? What's it like dealing with people? I can answer those as much as you like. And dad jokes kind of come with the territory. I'm warning you right now, and I'm sorry, okay? Dad jokes just, it is what it is. Gotta keep you guys awake because I know this stuff can get very dry, especially when talking about networking. It gets dry very fast. The advisories and requisites are CTIS-15, network fundamentals, and routing and switching for CTIS-16. So networking is the backbone, essentially, of your career, and it's where you're going to be dealing with a lot more than you think. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with the OSI 7-layer model, correct?
Yes.
You guys know why?
Yes.
No, I heard you. Don't worry, you're good, Nicole. I heard you. Do you guys know why you need to know it, though? Anybody? That's the question. No? Okay. No worries. It's like having a roadmap. So you can look at an issue on a network and be like, okay, is the following where in here between layer 1 and 7? What could it be? It's just so you can troubleshoot easier. That's what it's for. Because a lot of you have to take math, right? In computer information technology and even in computer science. You guys got to go almost to calculus, right? Even like discrete mathematics that isn't really math, but it's still math. It's just so you can really problem solve. That's what you guys kind of run into a lot. You got to think on your feet in this kind of field. It can be the computer isn't turning on. It could be one of 5 issues, right? What could it be? Bad power supply isn't plugged in. Person didn't press the button. There's no power at the outlet. It can be one of those 4 things. So how do you identify it? It's things like that you run into. So here's everything for course objectives. I'm not going to go over it. Like it's there. It's for you guys to look at. It's pretty straightforward. The book is very important. So a lot of my labs are made for Windows 10. I am going to migrate them to Windows 11. So I'll be recording new additional labs for the old labs, if that makes sense. That piggyback onto it. So don't worry. Yes, you will need the book, guys. I'm sorry. You got to buy it or rent it. Or if you can find it as a PDF, by all means, locate it as a PDF. I will not stop you. So this is pretty important here. First week participation. Got to do this, guys. It's due by this Friday. It's not a joke. Course syllabus quiz and networking basic assignment. If you have the networking basic assignment done, just send it to me as a PM on Canvas. We're good. No big deal there. But yeah, there's this course attendance for the first week. Here's the thing. There's usually a string of people that sign up, don't do anything, and then they expect to get a grade. Okay. But I can't have people in the class that just sit there and be a bump in the log, unfortunately. It's policy from Merced. Got to turn the stuff in for the first week. You do it, you're golden. That's all I ask. For everything else is up to you. Here's the thing. For labs and stuff, don't wait till the last minute to start them because, yes, they can be simple, but they can also be very, very hard. I'm not trying to scare you or anything, but they can escalate because sometimes it could be a little issue, something you missed, or something isn't configured right on your end, you need some help. Again, reach out, let me know. We'll work together. We'll solve this together. So that's usually how it goes. Great determinations here. Midterm. Midterm is week 4, so 3 weeks from now. Final is week 8. That's it. That's how it goes. It's pretty straightforward. Extensions. I do not give extensions on midterms or finals. They're due when they are due. And yes, I will post reminders. Hey, midterm went up today. Hey, midterm is due this day. Hey, midterm is due 6 hours. Hey, last hour. I will let you know. Don't worry. I'm not going to just say it's a midterm once and then you forget about it. Remind me though, guys. Does Merced have a spring break or anything, so I can plan around it? Because I'm not too sure. Because I'll be honest, our academic calendar is kind of weird. It doesn't show me that there's a spring break.
There's no spring break.
Okay, got it. Thank you. So we'll power through that. There's a great determination. Like I said, extra credit. I give out extra credit randomly. The way for me extra credit works, let's say, I don't know. I ask you in a lecture, hey, define this in your words and turn it into me within X amount of days. That's 10 points. Those 10 points I will apply if you're missing an assignment, you're missing a question on an exam or midterm. That's what it's for. It's not just, 10 points to just tack on at the end. And it's 10 points I slot in somewhere. So here's everything. The schedule is pretty much updated here for week 1. That's everything we're doing. It's just, again, to get you guys up to speed, or rather get the foundation ready to go. After that, we're going to move into using Linux. Have you used Linux before or no? It's okay if you haven't. It's just, we're going to be discovering with it. We're going to be playing with it. Don't worry, I won't make you like hack into the Pentagon or anything crazy. We're not going that far. Trust me, we don't want to even try that. It's just a joke. We're working with our server. We're going to set up originally from week 1. We're going to carry that all the way through. You're going to have a research paper where you pick an assignment or a topic rather. Week 3, tell me the topic you're picking. Don't worry, it's not crazy. It's due at the end of the semester in 8 weeks. So rather, if you have a month to finish it, it's going to be 4 to 5 pages from what I remember in MLA format. Because one thing working in technology is you have to write reports a lot more than you care to admit. Because let's face it, guys, not everyone knows how to describe how RAM works, right? Like, yeah, we may be all technically savvy, interested, and we find it intriguing, which is great, right? So we're all in this kind of field. But again, we run into the issue a lot of trying to explain it to like our parents, cousins, uncles that just want help. They're like, well, why isn't it working? Oh, XYZ QLM P reason. They just look at you with the glazed over look. Have any of you ever ran into that before? I'm sure a lot of you are family technical support, right? The why isn't my TV working kind of deal? Why isn't the microwave working? Anybody? Yeah. So that's all the Tim. Tim is a new one. No, I got you, Jonathan. Yeah, I get it. I feel the pain. Look, I'll be honest with you guys. My mom's in the U.S. for over like 30 years, since and all that jazz. She can't work a TV remote to save her life. So, I get it. I get the frustrations. All right. So then week 4, we go into more server related stuff. We're going to do some more Linux labs. We're going to remote to Linux from the server and vice versa. We're going to do Samba file sharing on Linux. And they're kind of light labs. They're not heavy because you have the midterm week 4. There's no discussion for that week either. There's a discussion every week except for your midterm and final week because it's the midterm and finals. Why would I give you a discussion so you can rip your hair out after looking at 25 to 30 questions? And I'll tell you right now, midterm is open note, open book. go ham. Fair warning, don't use AI for anything. If you use it to explain something for yourself, to figure it out, okay, that's different, but I don't want to see any of that on anything you turn in. Sound fair? Because it's a problem. Let's put it that way. Then people get caught, then we talk to deans, and then we don't have a good time, then we're filing reports. Then next thing you know, we have a Zoom meeting and they're crying. I'm just staring at them with a blank look like, well, what do you want me to do? I caught you kind of deal. Deal with that a lot more than I care to admit. So you talk about backup disaster recovery in week 5 and troubleshooting. That's kind of interesting stuff. It can be kind of dry, but you kind of get to see how there's a bunch of different ways to back up your stuff other than copying it to a flash drive, creating an image. You have to have a plan in place if you're working for any kind of entity, be it corporate, be it public. So a little more about me. I've worked in public sector for about, good God, almost 20 years now. So I do a lot with like government related style stuff. I work in college as well, different college. So it's a lot of like out in the air kind of deal kind of thing with things have to be very rigid. There's no wiggle room. And it is what it is. Yes, most of our stuff hasn't been updated since like, I don't know, 2015 on the back end kind of deal, but all of our servers are running the newest version of server and all that. The reason also I have you guys use server 2016 is because it's lighter weight on your systems. So keep that in mind. It's going to be a little older, but Active Directory hasn't changed much. Um, Logging in hasn't changed much on Windows last time I checked. If you're using anything else that is not a Windows device, like a Mac, let me know. I have a solution for you to virtualize on your Mac. I will work with you one-on-one to get it to work. Again, you got to let me know, though. I'm not a mind reader, guys. If I was, I'd guess the winning lotto tickets tomorrow, and then we'd all be billionaires and that kind of deal. Week 6, we go into security, monitoring, and administration best practices. There's a lab. It's a couple assignments to reflect on. It's nothing too crazy. I try not to make this too cumbersome, guys. Week 7, we talk about help desk operations. I know some of you are familiar with help desk. I talk about ticketing systems, what we use, why we use it. It separates us from the animals. It's a joke. Customer service, why it's important. Like I said, you're dealing with people that can be irate a lot, right? I mean, I'm sure some of you had your fair share. People get frustrated because something isn't working the way they want it to work. You come by, or you just stare at the machine, and it somehow seems to work magically, and then they praise you and give you a cookie or Jolly Rancher or something, and you go on with your day. So that's in a nutshell how that works, right? And then week 8, talk about server hardware. I know it's a little late, but when we talk about it, a couple assignments, do some research. It's nothing crazy. It's just filling a couple things, build a dream PC, build a server, and your final exam. That's everything I really have for you for CTIS-17. Do any of you have any questions for me? You can't see my hands, but they're moving. Anybody? I don't bite. I'm pretty easy to get along with here. Okay. Probably a week from now at most, Hugo. You got some time, even 2 weeks, to be quite frank with you. I'll be even more honest with you guys. I haven't got my copy from the publisher yet. I'm still waiting myself, but we'll get there when we get there, and I can modify things as we need to for this class, so it's not that big of an issue. But yes, you will need the book because we need to push into Windows 11 now. Windows 10's dead, right? It's been dead for a while. And you'll need them for labs because everything's being migrated to Windows 11. That's why you'll need them. And it's a Windows 11 course with Server 2016 still. Still works. You can still bind and do all that stuff. Yeah, it's CTIS-12 for me. So, any other questions, guys? Yes, it's in the syllabus as well. Like weekly, everything's already what you see on the schedule for the syllabus is what you see in Canvas. It's all there. Due dates will be put up when they're published. I just don't publish all the modules right away because I'm still tweaking some things, to be honest with you guys. Not everything carried over the way I needed it, and some things I have to remake. So some work on my end to still finish up, but you'll be fine. Again, if there's any issues on my end or anything, I'll let you know, give extensions and all that fun stuff. I think I have everything fleshed out up to week like 7. Roughly, it's just 7 I have to tweak, and then 8's already done, but it's just things like that. But you guys don't need to worry about that. That's more me. Anybody else?
So I have a question about the Unit 1 networking basics.
Okay.
On that assignment, I've for a previous class, I've had to complete that whole section because it's a Google course, right?
Correct.
Coursera. Yeah. And so I'm not seeing how I could take it again. Can I just upload my certificate or do you need me to go through it again?
No, just if you have it done, send it to me. That means you
Okay.
did it, right? So
Yes.
I don't have a
Yes.
qualm with it.
Okay. Thanks.
Even though it's air quotes plagiarism, all that kind of thing. Not gonna fight you. You did it. It's done. It's not the end of the world, right?
Well, yeah, I could do it again, but I don't see an option to do that in Coursera, so.
No, don't rip your hair out trying to figure that out. You're fine.
Okay.
Just
Thank
send
you.
it to me, and you're good. All right. Anybody else have any other questions? Yes, I move my eyebrows a lot. I know. But questions? Anybody? Anything? What I have for lunch? Maybe. Okay. You guys don't have any questions? You're free to go. I'll hang out here for like 6:30 in case anybody shows up and repeat myself also elegantly. If you have any questions down the line, just PM me. No, these are all asynchronous, Hugo. You are literally just doing everything week by week. There is no schedule to meet for these classes. Trust me, I double checked. If not, I would have told you we're meeting Tuesday, Thursday. If you're curious and want to take another class with me down the line because you had fun with me or whatnot, sorry, they're offering CTIS-12 in the fall, and that will be Tuesday, Thursdays, I believe, 6 or 6:30 to like 8:30, and that's about it. The first 8 weeks of the semester. So there's that. You're welcome. All right.
So there are no weekly classes.
No, it's asynchronous. Trust me, I checked the class schedule like for the past 3 weeks for this just to be sure, and it just says online, right? It doesn't give you a time or date.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
That's what I was kind of confused about.
that's
Yeah.
asynchronous. That literally means I record it, post it, you do it on your own. There's nothing from me on that end of the sense, but you've had me before, right? You're fine. I mean, you know how I work.
Yeah.
You should be okay.
Okay. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Nobody has anything else? Yes, Jonathan, you had a question?
I just wanted to say you have a great day and thank you for explaining everything really well.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Take it
Bye-bye.
easy. I will sit here till 90 minutes and just have my cam off.